Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about the last of our collection data types, and those are the dictionaries. So, what is a dictionary? Well, in common usage, a dictionary is just a book that has the definitions of all of the words in the language. And if you want to look up the definition, you just look it up by finding the word. Well, think about what sort of data type you would need to hold the information contained in a dictionary in a computer. Well, the data type that you use for that would have to have two sets of things. It would have to have all of the words, and it would have to have all of the definitions, and it would have to relate each word to its respective definition. Well, that's exactly what Python provides. The dictionary data type consists of a set of keys and a set of values. And in our example, the keys would be the words and the values would be their definitions. And it provides a relationship that maps each key to its respective value. So there are a few restrictions that we have to be mindful of here. First is that the keys must be distinct. You cannot have a key appear twice. That is like saying that you cannot have a word show up in two different places in the dictionary. Secondly, keys may only map to a single value. That is like saying that a particular word cannot have two separate definitions. Although it is valid to have a value that is mapped to by two separate keys. That's kind of like synonyms, two separate words that have the same definition. Third, keys must be immutable. So that has to do with how Python stores the dictionary internally. In order to be efficient, it has to be guaranteed that a key is not going to change once the dictionary has been created. So it uses that guarantee to create an efficient implementation of the dictionary type. So keys must be immutable. Let's think about what data types that leaves us. Well, the scalars. All of the scalars are immutable. Integers, floats, complex, Boolean, and none. So those can be used as keys. Amongst the collections, tuples are immutable. They're like immutable lists, and the strings. So these are the types that can be used as keys. Values can be any arbitrary data type. So this is demonstrating the syntax for creating a dictionary. Let's say we wanted to create this slightly abstract dictionary here. We use curly brackets, and then within the curly brackets, we provide key value pairs. So in this case, there are 5 different key value pairs. Those are the 5 arrows. And each one, let's say this is the first one, maps from one key to its corresponding value. In this case, from this database icon to this musical note icon. Then the second one is from umbrella to musical note, then from puzzle piece to paper airplane, and so forth. Okay, so that's how you define a dictionary. The syntax is reminiscent of the syntax of sets because we use curly brackets. And indeed, you can think of a dictionary as a set of key value pairs. Like a dictionary, like a set, a dictionary is not ordered. So when we iterate through a set, the values can come out in any order. Similarly, when we iterate through a dictionary, the key value pairs can come out in any order. Now, when we want to look something up in the dictionary, we use a syntax that is very similar to sets to lists and tuples. And that is, we use square brackets, and we put in there the key that we are looking up. Now, in this case, we want to look up the value corresponding to the puzzle piece. That's our key, and so it's going to give us the paper airplane. Now let's look at an example. Let's say we want to record the populations of the 5 most populous countries on planet Earth. And those would be India, China, United States, Indonesia, and Pakistan, with populations shown here. How do we store that in a Python data object? Let's go to the code. Okay, I've defined our dictionary and I've called it country population. And you can see that it's bracketed with curly brackets and that it contains 5 key value pairs, each one separated by a comma. And then each key value pair has a string, which is the key, followed by a colon, followed by a large integer, which is the value, the population in this case. So one thing that I want to note is that Python doesn't care if we insert spaces here. And it can make it a little bit easier to read. So that works as well, and it's a little bit more tabular and easy to read. Also, I would like to put commas here so that we can read the numbers a little bit more easily, but of course I can't do that because the comma is used to separate key value pairs. Instead, Python allows us to put underscores. So that is valid, okay? And this stands for 1.4 billion and so forth. I can do that with all the numbers. Okay, so that is a little bit easier to read. Now let's run this code. We've created the dictionary, and we can verify that it is of type dictionary. Also, we can check how many items it has in it. Since it's a collection, we can run length on it, and it tells us there are 5 items. Now we can use that dictionary to find the population, say, of Pakistan. Okay, 240 million. And then we can also add new items to the dictionary after it's created. So the next country on the list of most populous countries is Nigeria. And Nigeria has a population of about 223 million. So now we have added Nigeria to the dictionary, and its length has increased to 6. So that's a quick introduction to dictionaries. Dictionaries are very useful whenever you have data that does not fall naturally into a sequence, so that lists are not the best choice, but rather instead of indexing it with an integer, you might want to index your data with something like a string or some other unique ID. This comes up a lot, and so it's good to have dictionaries in your back pocket for whenever you need it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.